And a few people, probably only going to be a few people that'll truly get this, but when your passion for, well, I'll just take the higher ground and say, hey Steve, this will make you feel good. America.
There you go. Merca!
Oh, you have no idea how good that makes. Nothing says redneck like a tractor.
That's right. Alright. Take it away.
Hey! In a undisclosed location somewhere in the Ninja compound, smoking cigars, and what did you pick up?
This is Rhodes Scholar Stout from the South Shore Brewery in Ashland, Wisconsin. You betcha.
Nice.
Alright. Break her open.
You help. Oh, this is really classy too.
Got the special thrift store glasses. Because nothing but the very best, you know.
Well, you know, it is high class glass.
For Mr. Holster, cheers.
Mr. Holster.
Didn't do the light test, but trust me, it's dark.
Yeah, I'm not sure light makes it through that.
It's got a chocolate finish to it.
And nice. It's almost a combination of milk and dark chocolates.
Yeah.
It's not quite like a candy bar, but
Right.
it's not like Baker's.
Right.
What do you say this was?
It's called RHOADES, like a, you know, Ivy League Rhodes Scholar Stout from South Shore.
This must be either part of or some of what. After I think you reviewed one, and then I ended up grabbing some. There was one that was like a nut
Brown ale, yeah. I brought
the nut brown ale one.
Yeah, I brought you a 6-pack of that. And I think Stephen Bush was there with you. And that's when we tried that other one that tasted really, really similar to it. It's got a medium mouthfeel to it. It's not heavy. It's not like creamy heavy, but it's got a good.
My pants are sticking out.
Yeah, you guys have.
I don't know if you can tell or not, but my shirt is much darker red than it's supposed to be, and it's not blood. It's pouring outside, but we shot anyway.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for that.
Is that a 12-foot door?
Probably.
That's a,
Yeah, we used to roll a trailer into here. We used to live in a trailer down by the river.
I see you reclaimed some of the garage for living space.
Yeah, there's a loft up there for storage, so we got a lot of. So we didn't don't have the trailer anymore, so we moved on up. We're sleeping on a futon.
Styling.
So did you want to? I don't know if you want to go over the. Did you ever tell the story of the prayer hat on one of your reviews?
No, I don't think that actually. I don't think that actually made it to the light of day.
I don't know if you want to say that or not. If you want to tell that story or not, I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think I actually ever did. Well, the Cliff Note version is he started talking about international shipping, and if you've ever done international shipping, the stuff shows up what looks like a roadmap of every foreign country it could possibly have come from. International shipping, you're also required, in this particular case, the box showed up, inside was paperwork with a I'm guessing a Muslim guy, and what happened is we got a package to the house one time, and it was about a year and a half, 2 years ago, kind of during the height of I was putting probably a lot of anti-terrorist, I'll just be nice and say anti-terrorist stuff up on Facebook and talking about it in the brew reviews, and then this package shows up, and in it is this, all it has is this guy's name, Mohammed, I mean, you know, it was like six letters long, or six words long.
Did it have like the Cyrillic writing? Or
oh yeah,
Cyrillic, but it had the squiggly writing.
Oh yeah, it had all that on it, and it was a prayer hat. And
is that one of those ones that look like a pancake, or is it
It looked like a coffee filter. You could have probably used really, really fine mesh. You could almost see through it, but not quite. And kind of like almost like one of our stocking hats,
okay,
but like really thin material.
Oh, okay, yeah. Huh?
And Christine sees it, and she's like, "This is a threat. This is someone sending you a message." And I'm like, "Why would someone go through all that? I got his picture, for God's sakes." And
it just went to the P.O. box anyway, right? Oh, it came to your house?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I can see where Christine could think that.
So I hung on to it for a couple of days to her displeasure, and finally she grabs it, soaks it in lighter fluid, and up it goes on our barbecue. Now, let's roll ahead to like 6 months later. All the boys are in town, and this story of this of being threatened comes up, and a few people are standing around. One in particular is NIHAP, New York Half-Ass Prepper, and he goes, "What was it?" And Chris is like, "It was like one of these Muslim hats. I'm sure it was a threat because of all the shit that Eric posts." And NIHAP goes, I sent that. I was hoping that you could forward it on to Miguel. Oops.
Never called and said, "Hey, did Miguel ever get that hat?"
Yeah, no. You know, a little heads up, like, "Oh, by the way, there's a piece of material coming. If you could get that on to Miguel, I'd appreciate it."
So not only did he not tell you that it was coming, not only did he not tell you that he was sending it, he also didn't tell you, "Oh, you were supposed to give that to Miguel."
Not until it was in the form of ashes. The look on Christine's face. Well, at least she had some. At least she knew that it wasn't like we were being like a terrorist threat or something.
That's my job.
Yeah, that's his job. Stay out of my damn underwear drawer.
See, you got some silkies in there.
Well, yeah.
My favorite.
I never know when you're going to be in town. So I always keep some on.
That's right. Make sure everybody watching better have some silkies. Never know when I show up.
And along with the growler, he provided one of the Blondie cigar from Acid. The theater's the problem. I tell someone, "Hey," like my neighbor, he's like, "I'm gonna go out and get some smokes." I go, "Hey, could you go to the little smoke shop right in the little plaza center across from Taco John's?" "Sure." I go, "Yeah, could you get me some Acid?" I look down and I go, "Just go in and tell the guy behind the counter that you want some of the small little blondies from Acid. He'll know what you mean." So, he just got this look like, "You want me to get you Acid." Yeah, it's got like those dark roasted malts and then that like chocolate finish. It's
I'll have to get the. I saw your last review with the bent paddle. I got a couple of those, so we'll have to try to. We'll chase this down with some bent paddle and let's see. Unless you don't want to weave on the way home.
Well,
You be all right with another one?
You stick to yeah.
All right.
Which one did you get from BandEBrewReviews?
It's black lager. You had that one?
Wasn't that the one I just reviewed?
No, I thought you had some other one.
Oh,
Let me go get it. You'll recognize it. You'll recognize the label.
All right. So, got to shoot Project Alicia. I had two fail to feed problems, and I think there's that little bar that you got to set inside of the lower just to get the magazine to come up just a little bit, and you got to kind of yeah, I think this is the last one.
Okay.
I did. This is the base that they use for the double black double shots.
Okay.
And this year, I'm not a fan of that $20 bottle of beer.
Mm.
And believe it or not, I thought I had had this, and I hadn't.
Mm.
The beer that I got was from my neighbor, Michelle. She handed me a 6-pack, and I go, "What's this for?" She goes, "Well, you always let me try some really good beers, and you've been a really great neighbor, and I just wanted to say thank you," and gave me some beer. And I'm like,
I was at the local liquor store and figured I'd get some beer, and I didn't really know what to get, and I just remembered the brand Bent Paddle, because they had like Leinenkugels and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
right up the road here?
yeah, right at the Centex.
Well, by the way, you should see what the street looks like.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's
coming in.
Yeah, I'm sure
If you didn't want,
I'm sure you need a Bent Paddle.
If you didn't want to drive through at least 4 inches of water, you would have had to go completely into the oncoming lane.
Wow.
That lot is filling up.
Well, my dock is like 6 inches underwater right now. So let's see here. 2 for Mr. Holster. Pour a little slower here. I'm not a professional like some people.
I watch those people too. Shit. Well, to prove how bad of a beer reviewer I am, Tardisius on I think 2 occasions now has sent me books on identifying craft beers.
Can always count on him, right?
I'm sure he's just trying to help. More cowbell.
That's right. Oh, I didn't bring one. Well, we'll have to splice the cowbell soundtrack in, like a laugh track, the cowbell track.
That's a big ass door.
Yep. This one's not as sweet as the stout.
No, I'd have to say if you said you get 2 choices for the rest of your life of drinking beer, I like that it brings in a nice heavy the roasted malts, but that chocolatey finish. This is still good, but when you have a chance to try the 2 of them side by side, I actually like that.
And that's saying a lot because it's from Wisconsin. So you'll have to force yourself to overcome the fact that it's from Wisconsin.
That's almost turned into a thing, isn't it? This is another beer from Wisconsin. You know, though, New Glarus, I'm not really a fan of their beers, which they're like, at least for the northern part of Wisconsin, they like dominate up here. I've actually been in liquor stores when I was on the road, hanging sprinkler pipe, and that's all it's like anything from New Glarus, that's all you got to pick. If you like New Glarus, you were in good shape. But New Glarus, for me, everything is like, I don't know, it seems like it has this weird aftertaste, kind of like Leinenkugels, which is also Wisconsin beer, no coincidence. But New Glarus, on their Lembecs, or their tart beers, they actually have, a NIHAP sent me a thing of beers that were rated, and I want to say one of the things he sent me one time, they either had number 1 or number 2, and this was something I think out of New York. So, yeah, they kick some ass on their tarts. I've had like the strawberry, the raspberry. There's a peach that I keep.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of sours. I mean, I haven't had a lot of sour beers. I tried one when I was on the road, and I can't remember who it was from. Dogfish Head. Dogfish Head had a sour.
See,
I didn't like it that much.
some of them, when you feel like you have to go like this, I would say, if I know you're coming, the one that I would probably put in the fridge for us to share is from the brewery. So it's that 750 milliliter bottle, and it's called Tart of Darkness. That one is more about the flavors and the sweetness, and less about your brain curdling.
But the South Shore they had a sour, a summer sour ale or something like that. I didn't like that. If you put a little salt in it, it's not too bad.
So you like it a little salty?
I like it a little salty. A lot salty on some days. Depends on the weather, you know.
Well, it's really moist today.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Gotta keep the hands moist.
It was on my way here. It was coming down so hard that some people were actually pulling over and sitting on the side, which is also just as dangerous.
All right.
I just figured the big truck in front of me. Hopefully, I can slow down faster than he can if shit goes bad. But yeah, it was so bad that even with the windshield wipers on high, it was like, okay, I can see the big black truck in front of me yet.
Yeah, you can probably hear it coming down pretty hard. It slowed down. You'll see the videos later, but it slowed down considerably when we were shooting it, and then towards the end, when I was shooting the 10 millimeter, it started to open up.
Yeah, nothing says shit like having gun failures and it's pouring at the same time. A round got jammed in the race gun, and it was like, now our hands.
No grip. You had to do a little redneck engineering to get it open.
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna pick up a bunch of boxes of known good 10 millimeter stuff, or even newer brass. Since I donated, all mine to your yard. Like, hell,
I got a bag of it. I'll mail it up to you.
I'll say, hell if I'm gonna go look for it now.
Yeah.
Screw that.
And we gotta find the rest of that. I'll find the rest of that cup. I'll get it out there with a magnet. Oh, well, it's stainless, so probably not magnetic. Well, it might be. It's 300. Was it 300? No, 400 is magnetic. So I'll get out there with a magnet and see if I can find something.
I'm not sure if a magnet's stuck to it or not. In case you're wondering what he's talking about, depending on what video you see, I worked for a company that was put together by, at the time, a friend of mine, and me and a mutual friend, Steve Schweitzer, that you guys know, and shooting guys know, my local friend of mine, one of the two guys that were best man in my wedding. We both worked for him, and actually Steve was a part owner. And let's just say that the whole scenario was like a worst case scenario. Nothing like working your ass off for a friend, and then when the company fails, all he does is he goes around and tells everybody never to hire friends because they'll let you down. So there's a little hostility that me and Steve hold towards that particular person, and we stuck a half a pound of tannerite in one of the company mugs and properly dispatched it.
Merca!
It would have been so nice for the second picture for me to send to Steve if the logo would have. We couldn't find it.
Yeah. Well, we can't find it yet.
Yeah.
Once the rain lets up, we might be able to go back out there. But I'll mail it to you.
Well, all I need is a picture.
Okay.
I don't want it that badly. Postage has hit send.
Yep. Sounds good. All right, that about rounds it out, and your battery is about dead, right?
Yeah, we gotta get.
So,
yeah,
no comments this one.
Let's see, what do we have left? One of those things where it just turns off. Oh yeah, 2 minutes. Okay, so
everybody's got to look in the camera.
Alright, so obviously no comments due to
You see my hairline? See my scalp? I'm gonna get one of those. You ever seen that? Was it Extreme Elimination? Remember that? Ever seen that show? most extreme elimination where those two guys are like dressed up in like samurai kimonos and stuff. One guy's got like a bald head applique on his head. I think I'm gonna get one of those. It's a new look for me.
I thought you just go buy some spray paint and.
Oh, was that Ronco? It's like,
Ronco, yeah. I can't believe products like that exist.
Somebody's buying it.
Okay, guys. Cheers. And yeah, it's still raining. So
fancy
beer
and
cigars.
Gotta keep the finger up.
What could go wrong?
Later.